Hey guys, welcome to Musical Kinetics. Today we'll be talking about what has happened to the electronic wind instrument. So, welcome to Musical Kinetics. My name is Toyo Eresanara. I'm your host, and today you're welcome. So we're talking about all things music related, from song covers to tutorials to videos like this, informative videos talking about what exactly is happening in the world of music and the world of instruments. I'm a saxophonist, majorly that's my primary instrument, and so for a long time I've been interested in electronic wind instruments. And the first one that actually caught my fancy was the Roland Aerophone. The Roland Aerophone was such a nice instrument at the time, and I was like, oh, I got to get this instrument. I need this one in my life. And the one thing that stopped me from getting it back in 2016 when it was released, was 2016 or 2017? It was 2017 that I wanted to get it. The one thing that stopped me from getting it then was the price. And the price was like about $800. I was like, that's an insane amount of money for just an electronic wind instrument. Plus, I didn't have that money. I was a college student, not making any money, trying to get through school. So it was definitely not a purchase I could make at the time. And so I stood down. And I started doing some more research about the wind instruments. And if you don't know, there are so many wind instruments that have been on the market. We had the Iwi. We still have the Iwi, the electronic wind instruments. The Akai now owns them. They are the oldest ones that are still functioning. I know Yamaha had one in the past and they stopped, and then they released a new one recently. But let's go chronologically from what I can remember, okay? So the electronic wind instrument, the Iwi, the Akai Iwi, turns out to be the one that is most recognized because the people like Dave Brubeck, they used these instruments back in the day to record like synth kind of sounds. And the fact that they had breath control with them, a slight bit, is the fact that they did have breath control really helped their tonality and making sure that their sounds were really nice. So they got the kind of sound they wanted because of breath control and some of the other functionalities of the Iwi. Now, it did not work exactly like a saxophone at the time, and it still doesn't, but it became its own instrument, and they are professional electronic wind instrument players on earth right now. You can check out some of their Spotify songs or YouTube songs. Wherever you go, you can definitely find a bit more about them. And we moved on from the electronic wind instrument, the Iwi, Akai Iwi, and of recent we've had some companies come out. We had Roland come out with their first Aerophone, and it honestly looks a lot more like a toy than it did look like a professional instrument. And you can check out my video about the Aerophone up there. I did all the sound samples. I have a full video for every single sound that I thought was worth listening to on that instrument. So go check it out. It's like 20 minutes long. You can skip around to get the sounds you want to check out. It's up there. But wait till after this video. And next, the Aerophone started getting more popularity because people were like, oh my goodness, this is such a cool instrument. You can have those, has a joystick to control the pitch and other things. It didn't have breath control at the time, and you just had like the fingering similar to a saxophone. So people were like, oh yes, this is a great instrument. This is the one we need. This is the one. But it came and it slowly trickled away. And then they brought out the Aerophone Mini. Aerophone Go, first of all, came out, and that was a smaller version, like a $500 version of the Aerophone. And that one also came and went. And then they got the Aerophone Mini, and that one has also come and is going. And then they came out again with the Aerophone Pro, A30 Pro. And this is the most up-to-date one, and it's about $1,000 right now to buy that instrument. And it's like, okay. So they say, Roland says that it comes with the synth, of one of their most famous synthesizers. It's the same inbuilt synth that it uses. I can check that up for you right now. Roland, the new Roland kind of looks like this. And when we're talking about the Roland and all its functionalities looking like this, you go to their site and they have this demo of a lady playing the instrument, and you keep going on and you see more examples of the instrument. And you start thinking, okay, this could actually be a professional instrument. the way they put it out. See how sleek and nice the designs are. See how much of the curves are on there. Then you get the nice black feel in the center and the silver stripe in the middle. Let me zoom into this one so that you get a better sense of what I'm talking about here. So when you see things like this, you're like, okay, this is a good instrument. This is a great thing to look at. And then the other functionalities of the instrument, talking about the synth, talking about the sounds it has, it makes you believe that this is could actually be the one that changes the game. And I'm going to do a 360 pan. You see that? There you go. So that's the Roland Aerophone Pro. So, and that's what it does. It's an electronic wind instrument, and a nice picture at the end. Ooh, and it's good. It's cool. But it came and it's $1,000, and I haven't really seen much traction. The only people I've seen using it is a few YouTubers who wanted to do a review about it. I honestly wanted to do the same thing, and I would have liked Roland to send me one so I can do an in-depth review on it and start making some music with it. But it hasn't happened yet. Maybe one day Roland starts sending instruments for me to test out, because I'm very very expectant about electronic wind instruments, because these guys are a way I can play, because I play the saxophone mostly. And another company came out with their own, the Aldo Silfo. They came out with the Silfo. It's a way more expressive instrument than the Aerophone. It's you can change the pitch by moving up and down, left and right. You can shake it and other things. It's a really nice instrument. And also the thing that's holding it back there to its price, $800. And we have a few more brands who came out. Emio just came out with theirs, and it's not really an instrument. It's more like a practice tool, but it's still like a saxophone, and it can get MIDI signals. So what has all this got to do with us? What has all this have to do with a playing of the electronic wind instrument? And why do I say that the electronic wind instrument might be dying? It's because all these functionalities that we are getting from the wind instruments, electronic wind instruments, sadly and goodly and happily at the same time, the piano market has exploded. The synth market has exploded over time. And I do not believe the wind instruments has kept up with the trend, because what I can get for $1,000 for this guy, I can literally go pick up something else, pick up a piano that does these same functionalities for cheaper. And that's the sad part, because when I start looking at getting synths that are not as expensive as this wind instrument and have more versatility in that way, I can play chords to, my MIDI signals are a lot stronger, I can bend pitch, I can actually have physical knobs that I can affect the sound while I play, I can connect a sustain pedal, I can do a lot more things on the actual piano based instrument than I can do on the wind instrument at this point in time. And it's just like, it's a no-brainer. If I'm to choose, if I have a limited budget and I am not trying to be I'm not trying to please anybody, I'm not trying to, let's say, do something specific like making YouTube videos about it. If I was just to do some music production, I would choose the piano bass. Even if I am not a piano player by trade, I would rather choose the the keyboard kind of synth, kind of MIDI synth, because I know that at least I'm getting a full weighted sound, full functionality with the sound and everything. These guys are still experimental. These guys are not yet mainstream. These guys have not yet cornered the market, and it's getting harder and harder for them because their prices are so high. No one is buying their products. I mean, people might be buying, but let me check. Before you go on, before you continue with this video, if you are still watching and you like this content, please subscribe. I'm like one of those people, I know. I'm one of them asking you to subscribe again, and you're like, why on earth should I subscribe to you? You're like the 11th YouTuber telling me to subscribe today. Well, I'll tell you why you should subscribe. Okay, here's the truth. When you subscribe, my subscriber count increases. I'm about 400 subscribers now. And with more subscribers, it gets to 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000. when it keeps growing like that, I get encouraged to make more videos and more things that you might like. Without the increase in subscriber count or likes and shares of the videos, it becomes a bit more harder. I'll still make the videos, but it becomes harder to make the videos without support. So if you want to be part of the trajectory that makes this channel grow to become one of those channels that you want to listen to every single day, I hope it is right now, then subscribe. So we go over to the Silpho's website, and this is what it looks like right now. This is what they look like, what they're doing. Yeah, this is all Silpho. So hey, that's what they look like right now, and it's a great instrument too. I have not personally tried it myself. I tried to reach out to them to send one to me, but it did not work. I guess they didn't send it. They didn't want to send it to me. It's okay. But the market is saturated with synth instruments, and you can get a very good quality synth for $500, like a Korg mini synth for $500, and you're getting these guys for $800 to $1,000. And at this point in time, at this point in the life cycle of musicians, I don't think the wind instrument can compete with the piano boom that has just a chord. I think it might keep getting worse unless someone comes out with a completely revolutionary technology, a completely revolutionary synth or wind instrument that actually slashes the price a lot and justifies the purchase when you're already a producer that has all these extra synths and all these extra keyboards and all these extra pianos in your regime, have saxophones, trumpets, and everything. So if a wind company can do these few things, make the instrument affordable, add a few more knobs on the instrument so you can adjust your sound on the fly, increase breath control for the instrument, number 3, if they can market it to saxophonists and music producers all together, and don't just make it like a toy, make it like something very professional. If the build quality is good enough but lightweight enough to carry around, and if you can get it to be Bluetooth, wireless, and all the other things, add some extra functionality, then people can start talking, because these guys are okay. And if the prices were better, we'll have a better impact for wind instruments, but right now the impact is lacking. Okay, so we have the Yamaha YX5, Yamaha YX11, and the Yamaha YX7. They were models of the monophonic MIDI wind controllers manufactured by Yamaha Corporation and have since been discontinued. The only limits to the kind of sounds available are the limitations of the external modules, tone generators, not the WX5 itself, instruments and everything. The YX5 was the first Yamaha wind instrument, and now the YDS-150 is the new Yamaha wind instrument, and that's the one that they try to push now. And I don't know if it's working, because it looks like there's no hype about these instruments. I've been checking the reviews, their initial review hypes, but then it all fizzles away. So be sure to subscribe to Musical Kinetics. New videos coming all the often. So you have videos every week, or even more, it could be. So as often as you can, check out the channel, check out some more videos. There you go. Check out some more videos on the channel, and let your fingers do the walking. Take care.